gift. Okay, so when the river, the boat goes downstream, the velocity in the river is the river boat velocity with respect to river plus velocity of river. It will be added. So it says that between the 2 points, when it goes in the downstream direction, it takes time of 6 hours, and while coming back, it takes time of 10 hours. What will be the time taken to cover the same distance in still water? Let's say that distance is d. When this is going in downstream direction, time taken will be d divided by vbr plus vr, that is 6. When it comes in opposite direction upstream, the actual speed of boat will be vbr minus vr, and that is 10. Now suppose if it is a still water like a pond or lake something, then the time taken would have been d divided by vbr, because in the case of still water means the river is assumed to be still, and that means we are in the frame of river, because in the frame only that object assume that that body seems to be at rest. So vbr is velocity of boat in still water. From these two information, we can calculate vbr plus vr is d by 6, first equation. vbr minus vr is d by 10, that's second equation. We have to eliminate vr because formula में vbr नहीं है. So we will add 1 plus 2. vr gone. 2 times vbr is equal to d by 6 plus d by 10. Just wait.
So you are mute. Sir, you are mute.
Yeah, sorry. Actually, a parent called for checking the class routine today. Question number one, answer is 7.5 done. Simple. It was downstream VBR plus VR, upstream VBR minus VR. So we will add the two, and we have to find VBR d upon VBR. Right?
Sir, I just
Yeah.
wanted to ask you what is VBR and VR?
Okay, yes, you were absent last class. VBR is velocity of boat in with respect to river. With respect to river means velocity of boat in still water. If river is not moving, which is actually not a case, then it will not be called river, then it should be pond or lake. So that means we are not in the frame of ground. We are in the frame of river because the frame in which we go, that seem to be at rest. Right now we are in the frame of earth, and it seems to be at rest, but earth is actually not at rest, earth is moving. Similarly, VBR is velocity of boat if river is assumed to be still, that means we are in the frame of river. So relative velocity का formula होता है velocity of A with respect to B is velocity of A minus velocity of B. So if we have to find velocity of A, it will be velocity of A with respect to B plus velocity of B. Here that B is river. So when you calculate the actual velocity of boat for downstream is velocity of boat with respect to river plus velocity of river, because in downstream direction both are in the same direction. In the
Yes, sir.
upstream, the boat velocity and river velocity is opposite direction, so it becomes so downstream. This actually we did last class. We finished there only. That's why I use the same notation. Downstream VBR plus VR, upstream VBR minus VR. Right? Okay. So next set of questions in which the bodies are moving. Yeah, question number 4. Um, Question number 2 also can see two trains 121 99-meter length respectively running in opposite direction, velocity 40 and 32.
2 करना है कि 4?
हाँ बेटा
पहले 2 करना है कि 4?
कोई कर लो यार, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, दोनों इजी है. 2 करोगे तो बस करना नहीं है, 2 तो ऐसे ओनली हो जाएगा. दो ट्रेन्स आर मूविंग इन अपोजिट डायरेक्शन, सो दे विल बी the relative velocity will be added. Relative distance, relative separation is L1 plus L2, and then we will divide by V1 plus V2. Relative velocity will be added, relative distance will be added, so it will be 121 plus 99 divided by 40 plus 32 को बाद में हम change. Now 150 meter length is going toward north. A parrot flies at 5 meter towards south direction parallel to railway track. Again there is a parrot. Since they both are moving in opposite direction, relative velocity will be added. So time taken to cross is total length of the train divided by V1 plus V2. Question number 4. A police van moving on a highway with speed 30 km per hour fires a bullet at thief's car speeding away in the same direction at 192. Now, the bullet is fired from the moving car or moving van. So this velocity 192 is not the actual velocity. This is the velocity with respect to the van. Muzzle speed of the bullet is 150 meter per second. With what speed does the bullet hit the thief's car? Let's picturize this in a format that we can visualize the question. So that is a very important step when you solve the question. You have to make a rough diagram to understand the situation. So here a police van is chasing the thief car, and a police van is on a highway moving with. So this is the police vehicle, police van, and there is a gun on it. The velocity of the police car is 30 km per hour, this van, and a thief car, this is moving with a speed of, in the same direction, the speed of 192 km per hour. If the muzzle speed of bullet is 150 meter per second, muzzle speed means that relative speed of the bullet. So bullet is coming out, bullet velocity with respect to the police van is 150 meter per second. You have to find the speed with which bullet hit the thief's car. This is the thief car, this is the police car. So first we will find out what is the actual speed of the bullet, because the speed 150 meter per second is the speed with respect to that police van. So velocity of bullet, because they are moving in the same direction, velocity of bullet with respect to police van plus velocity of police. This is the actual velocity of bullet when seen from the ground. Velocity of bullet with respect to police is 150 and the velocity is 50 kilometer per hour. So we will change it in meter per second. This is the actual velocity of bullet. Now when this bullet reaches the car of the thief, they both are moving in same direction. So velocity of bullet with respect to thief car. Now they are moving in the same direction. So velocity of bullet with respect to thief car is velocity of bullet minus velocity of thief. Are you getting this? पहले हमने क्या किया? From the police van, the bullet is fired. So bullet की जो speed थी fire करने की, that is with respect to the police van, and police van is also moving in the same direction. So the actual speed will be, those will be added. Velocity of bullet with respect to police van plus velocity of police van, and it comes out how much is this? 475 by 3. 475 by 3. 475 by 3 minus 192 into 5 by 18.
315 by 3.
कितना?
315 by 3 मतलब 105.
105. Okay, so answer is 105 meter per second. So question is very easy. Only the language you are supposed to understand. Only the language is little tricky, that you need to understand what it is asking. Clear?
Sir, can I ask you something?
Mm-hmm.
Sir, if there's a person who is sitting at the back seat of the car and he fires a gun, he fires the bullet at a person who's sitting in the front seat of the car and the car is moving. So will it hit the person sitting in the car, like sitting at the front seat?
In the same car?
Yes, sir.
Back seat, front seat, yes. Why not? Because bullet speed is with respect to car more than car speed. Obviously, it will be.
And sir, if the car is moving at the same speed as that of the bullet, and the same
It is
scenario happens,
impossible. Which is
sir,
which is
it's a
impossible.
sir. I saw it somewhere. This question I saw it somewhere. So just I was asking.
Then obviously then relative to the car, bullet is at rest because they both are moving in the same speed. Then it will never go to the. It will be never possible for that bullet to hit the front seat car because they both are with respect to rest with respect to each other.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. So most of the chasing questions we have to do question number 7. Yeah, this is NCRT question, but it's a good question. It has been asked in the exam also. Exams like 7. On a 2-lane road, car A is traveling this way 36 km per hour. So हम kinematics में थोड़ा ज़्यादा time दे रहे हैं, as I mentioned also initially, because kinematics is one topic जो पता नहीं पड़ता है कि हमें आता है कि नहीं आता, मतलब even at the every level, whether it is J level or NEET level, it is very easy as well as very difficult topic. Both are true for this. So this question is on a 2-lane road. Car A is traveling with a speed of 36 km per hour. A is moving with 36 km per hour. Two cars B and C approach A in opposite direction with a speed 54 km per hour at a certain distance when distance of AB and AC both equal to 1 km. B is also coming from here and C is also coming from the opposite direction. And both the distances are 1 km exactly. Now the question says AB is equal to AC. So B decides to overtake A before, sorry. When distance AB is equal to B, decides to overtake A before C does. What minimum acceleration of car B is required to avoid an accident? Understood the question? They both are moving at the speed of 54 kilometer per hour. So if we convert into meter per second, this is 10 meter per second to 5 by 18, and this is 54 kilometer per hour means 15 meter per second.
सर एक डाउट है
बोलो बेटा.
सर, ये मैंने सॉल्व किया, मैंने इस तरह से किया कि दोनों सेम टाइम पे पहुंचे, तो मेरी एक्सेलरेशन 1 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर आ रही है, तो मैं 2 सेलेक्ट करूँ, 2 करूँगा आंसर में कि 1 करूँगा, क्योंकि 1 पे तो
वन करूंगा,
एक्सीडेंट हो
जस्ट
जाएगा.
अवॉइड द एक्सीडेंट ना.
अच्छा,
Just avoid the accident and take it 1. So
Okay.
time taken to reach is for C, because C is not overtaking, is the relative, C is not accelerating, relative displacement divided by relative velocity. Relative displacement कितना है? 1 kilometer, so that is the 1000 meter, and relative velocity is 10 plus 15. This is motion of C with respect to A. C जितनी देर में A तक पहुंचता है, उसके पहले B चाहता है कि वो आगे आके और साइड में अपनी लेन चेंज कर ले, so that to avoid the collision. For C with respect to A, they are moving in opposite direction. Relative velocity will be added 10 plus 15, that's 25. So time taken is 40 seconds. In that 40 seconds, if the displacement of B with respect to A, S relative has to be greater than 1 kilometer. S relative is U relative. So velocity of B with respect to A is, because it's in the same direction, 15 minus 10, that is 5 meter per second square. U relative T plus half relative into T square. We use now the equation of motion, and that should be equal to 1000. It's, in fact, it should be greater than 1000. So U relative is 5 T. T is how much? 40 seconds. So we can put 5 into 40 plus half. A हमें calculate करना है. T is 40 square is equal to 1000. We can solve from here. A is coming out to be 1. A is coming out to be 1 meter per second square. A relative is 1, but because A is not accelerating, the acceleration is whole of B. So the acceleration of B should be 1 meter per second square, 2, so that he will be first covering 1 kilometer distance, then C, he covers that distance and changes the lane so that there is no collision. Okay, so I'm not writing much, obviously, because we don't have to present any school exam, but understanding wise, you have to understand pictorially what is the situation. There are only 2 lanes in a car, in a road. One lane A is moving, the other lane B and C are coming from opposite direction, both being 1 kilometer from the car A. Now, B decides that to avoid collision, first I will overtake. So he accelerates and he wants to cross before C reaches. Right? Understood? बेटा ये आगे समझ में, आगे बढ़े. Next question. Harsh.
Yes, sir. आगे से.
Okay. Well, speed 6 km, later escalator, escalator, land move. Okay, so this is same as the river and boat problem. You take escalator as a river and man as a boat. A train is moving slowly on a side straight track with constant speed 2. Passenger in train starts walking to the back of train opposite direction of the motion, so as to observer standing on the platform directly in front of the passenger. Question number 9. Question oral सा भी हो सकता है. ट्रेन है जो आगे की तरफ जा रही है. The velocity of train is 2 meter per second in forward direction, and the man, an observer, is moving opposite direction with respect to the train with the same speed of 2 meter per second. So to the person who is standing on the ground on the station platform directly in front of passenger, what will be the velocity of passenger appears to be? So because the man is moving on the train, his velocity 2 meter per second is with respect to the train. Velocity of man with respect to train is minus 2 times I cap, and velocity of train is 2 times I cap. Both will be added. So minus 2 plus 2 add 0. Velocity will be 0. The person on the train seems to be at rest. Right? Okay, question number 10. A river 2 kilometer wide is flowing at a 2 kilometer. Boatman can row a speed of 4 meters in water, goes at 2 then time taken by each hand. Right? We have done such questions. A swimmer crossing crosses a flowing stream to and fro. Okay, is that a similar question? T1 T2 upon T1 plus T2. We have done this question. Yeah. Question number 12. Yeah, this is again, these are some very good NCERT questions, but these are decent enough to come in the exam. Question number 12 is two towns A and B are connected by regular bus service with a bus leaving in either direction every capital T minutes. After every capital T minutes, either from A towards B or B towards a bus leaves this station. A man cycling with a speed of 20 km per hour in the direction of A to B notices that bus goes past him every 18 minutes in the direction of his motion and every 6 minutes in the opposite direction. Find the period of the bus service. Question seems very tricky when you see it theoretically only, but if you draw it in a diagram, picture may be clear. This says that there are two towns, A and B, and there is a regular bus service between the two towns. Every capital T, and since the every bus has same speed, so let's say this is bus 1, bus 2, bus 3, bus 4, and so on. So there are so many buses. These are the buses from the side of A towards B. Each will be having same speed, and the distance between any two of the bus will also be same. How much is that? V into T, because T is the time interval. एक बस के निकलने के capital T time के बाद the other bus is going away. Likewise, the other set of buses coming from B, so there is a equal distance, exactly same distance here also, coming from the side of B. Each bus has the same speed and they are also moving in the same direction. The gap between any two of the buses will be same, again VT. Now the question is that a cyclist goes from A to B, and a man cycling with a speed of 20 km from direction A to B notice that a bus goes past him every 18 minutes in the direction of his motion. A से B की तरफ एक cyclist move कर रहा है. This is the only step that is required to solve the question. Suppose there is a cyclist and he is going from A to B in his own speed, and that speed is 20 km per hour. He finds that the bus from his own direction, which means from A to B, these buses after crossing first bus, the second bus is crossing after a time of 18 minutes from A to B. If you see A to B, the bicycle is moving with a speed of 20 km per hour, and the bus is moving with the speed of V kilometer. They are in the same direction. So what is the relative velocity of bus with respect to cycle? It will become V minus 20. In a time span of 18 minutes, it covers the distance between the two. Distance between the two buses is covered by, so time taken to cross between any of these two buses, if we take that distance as D is equal to Vt, it will be D divided by V minus 20, and in question it is given as 18 minutes. So we will change it into hours because the speed was given in hours. From the direction of A to B, every bus is moving in the same direction. So relative velocity of bus is V minus 20 with respect to the cyclist. Understood this? I'm not writing much in the question because that also you don't have to do in the exam. You have to make a diagram which makes the whole situation clear, and then you will make the equation. A से B की तरफ जो बस जा रही है वो साइकिल के डायरेक्शन में है, so relative velocity will be subtracted, and it is going in opposite direction, then opposite to B. So the motion from B to A, the other buses coming from opposite direction, their relative velocity will be added because the cyclist velocity is 20 km/h and a bus is moving in opposite direction, which is moving with B. B plus 20, V plus 20. That's the distance between any of two relative velocity. Opposite direction velocity of bus with respect to cycle, opposite direction में relative velocity add हो जाती है. So time taken will be d divided by v plus 20, and that is equal to how much? After every 6 minutes? After every 6 minutes. 6 minutes from the opposite direction, so it will be 6 divided by 60. These are the two equations. From these two equations we can solve, and we can find the speed, we can find the capital T. Capital T will be how much? Capital T is the time duration is d by v. These are the three equations. Solve these equations to find the speed and time. We have to calculate the period T of the bus service, so v by d is required. Situation is clear. Equation कैसे बनाई हमने? Priti, Ananya.
Yes, sir.
Okay, solve it further. Find the velocity of d in terms of v, and we have to find then d by v. Right? And got the answer? Got the answer? बेटा किसी का आंसर आया अभी?
कर रहे हैं सर.
Okay. इसको भी बोट वाली तरीके से कर लेते हैं. V minus 20 is so this becomes
So I'm getting V as 40. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
V is 40 and D is 6.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
okay. What I would have done is V minus 20 is 10 d by 3, and V plus 20 is, from this equation, just take V plus 20 is 10 times D.
But you can just divide both of them. Just
You can add, it will be better. I mean, yeah, you can solve anyway. There are different ways.
So
of
cross
solving.
multiplication was easier.
D by V is how much?
0.15.
D by 20 hours. You have to calculate in the minute, multiply by 60, which will be 9 minutes. See, you have to see which quantity had to, hardly it will take 20-30 seconds, so it doesn't like that, but we have to calculate D and V. So you have to keep D and V. If you divide the two, then D get cancelled. First you have to find V, then you have to find D, then you have to find D by D, D by V. Here V minus 20, here V plus 20. So I notice that, calculate the value of V minus 20 from first equation, V plus 20 from second equation, add the two. Answer will be always calculated. For a time, this 5-10 seconds, maybe more. So whatever way you can see, you should solve that question. It's not a problem. right? Answer will be 9 minutes, and then if you have to find the speed of the bus service, then you can calculate V also from this information, and the distance between two consecutive buses, that also will be small d. Answer is 9 minutes. Because in question, the final answer is also required. It is solved and quickly. Fine. So this is relative motion in one dimension. I will see the relative motion in two dimensions. So just quickly see the motion in 2D concepts. Everything will be same except that now we will be representing in the vector format. And I am assuming that vector we know. जो भी problem होगी, we will do it simultaneously. Separately, vector is not a chapter in physics and that's not also required. When a body is moving in a plane or maybe in a space, there will be 3 coordinates. In a plane, 2 coordinates. In a space, 3 coordinates required. So if it is initially at a position of x, y, comma, z, now the position cannot be represented by a coordinate. It has to be represented in terms of position vector xi plus yj plus z times k. This is the position vector of the particle, which is at point x, comma, y, comma, z. When this particle goes from one position to another position, then there's a displacement. And to calculate the displacement will be now changed in vector. So either we have to use this approach, or maybe it will be a vector summation and vector resultant. So the vector summation, addition, or resultant is calculated with the help of triangle law or triangle law vector addition and subtraction. x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap plus z2 minus z1 times k cap. Average velocity, we will directly divide this by total time. Average velocity is total displacement delta r divided by delta t. Instantaneous velocity will be dr by dt. So just you need to do the 3 different stepwise differentiation separately for I, separately for j, and separately for k if it is variable. And similarly, we differentiate velocity to get acceleration by the same logic, average acceleration and instantaneous acceleration. Right, so average acceleration we can also calculate with the help of vector summation. So just a quick recap of how we do the vector addition or subtraction by using triangle law and parallelogram law. Triangle law, vector addition and vector subtraction. If we have to add two vectors, let's say vector A plus vector B, we'll first draw the vector A as it is. From the head of vector A, we will join the tail of vector B, and then we get this vector joining tail of A to head of B. This represents summation. Magnitude of आपको पता ही root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. This angle is theta. और इसकी जो direction होती है tan alpha. Resultant is A plus B, and the magnitude of the resultant of two vectors, which resultant means addition of two vector A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, and the direction is given tan alpha as B sin theta divided. Right. Okay. Next is A minus B. So if you have to subtract the vector by using the triangle law, we will add A plus minus of B. Vector A is added to opposite of vector B. A will be plotted as it is. B will be taken exactly of same length but opposite in direction. Now A to minus B, when we add this will represent vector A minus vector B. So it is like the addition only. Between A and B, the angle was theta. Between A and minus B, angle becomes 180 minus theta. So the subtraction of the two vectors, the resultant magnitude, A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta, because 180 minus cos theta. Using the triangle law, when we have to subtract the two vectors, the second vector has to. Another method is parallelogram law. By using the parallelogram law,
There's a lot of audio problem.
Lot of audio problem. Is it with everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
sir.
Wait. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry, actually, right. Which is little far from my this room. Now is it better?
Yes, sir.
Triangle law, vector addition, vector subtraction. So when we have to add the two vectors, we draw first vector A as it is, second vector as it is, join the tail of B to head of A, and then we join tail of A to head of B. That is the summation. For subtraction, when we have to subtract the two vectors, what we do is addition of vector A with negative of vector B. A as it is, B is taken in opposite direction, minus B, and then it is subtracted. A minus B means now the angle between vector A and minus B is 180 minus theta. Cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta, so we will get root A square plus B square minus 2ab cos theta as the magnitude of A minus B using the triangle law. Direction also we can find by the same relation. If we have to find using parallelogram law, it will be little easier in terms of we draw a parallelogram using the vector A and B as its side. Parallelogram law vector addition, join A vector, B vector, make a parallelogram, and then in this parallelogram there are two diagonals. One diagonal which start from their common point of intersection, that diagonal represent their addition. Other diagonal which joins head to head will represent their difference. If you are joining A to B, then it will be B minus A, always final minus initial. Total angle is theta and this will become alpha. Same as the previous one, but it will be little easy that we can represent them geometrically by the length of the diagonal. So A plus B is the length of one diagonal of this parallelogram. A minus B is the length of other represented by the other diagonal. We can also use that geometrically. Like if say question is if A plus B is magnitude is A minus B, what is the angle between A and B? So you don't need to even use the pen. A plus B is one diagonal, A minus B is other diagonal. Both diagonals are equal, then that parallelogram will become rectangle only. Only in rectangle it is possible that both the diagonals are equal. So then vector A and vector B has to be perpendicular to each other. Right?
Yes, sir.
Parallelogram is little better in terms of calculation. So questions in which you have to calculate average acceleration or average velocity. Average acceleration is change in velocity. So we will draw the final velocity vector minus initial velocity vector divided by total time taken, and that should be either in terms of ijk or in terms of the vector resultant. Suppose a car is moving towards east with a speed of 40 meter per second. It turns towards north and start moving with 30 meter per second. If it takes 10 seconds to turn, find the average acceleration at the turning. 10 seconds to turn, find average acceleration. So in this case, v1 is the velocity towards the east. That is the initial velocity. And then it changes towards the north. So that is v2. This vector is v1 and here it is v2. If we join this, it becomes v1 plus v2. We have to calculate v2 minus v1. So v2 minus v1 के लिए पहले v2 ड्रॉ करेंगे. v2 as it is. Minus v1 के लिए v1 का opposite करके in opposite direction. So v2 is towards east, v1 is towards east, minus v1 will be towards west. And then we join them. So this vector represent vector v2 minus v1, which becomes the hypotenuse of this triangle. So v2 minus v1 in this question, the average acceleration magnitude will be equal to the magnitude of average acceleration will be equal to root of v2 square plus v1 square. Why? Because the magnitude of v2 minus v1 will be given by the length of this hypotenuse, and that will be root of v1 square plus v2 square. and then it will be divided by time taken. Just a second, solve. Right, so that will be V2 square plus V1 square, 30 square plus 40 square, which is 50,
Root 2500.
and divided by time taken is 10 seconds. So it takes 10 seconds, so it will come 2500, which is 50, 50 by 10, so 5
5.
meter per second square. This is the magnitude, and the acceleration will be, the direction is somewhere between west and north, that we have to calculate from this angle. V1 is 40, V1 is 40, V2 is 30, so tan inverse 4 by 3. Tan inverse 4 by 3, we saw that it is 53 degree. 53 degree west of north. Right, so acceleration will be changed in velocity for two dimension. For two dimension, we have to draw the vector method, either use triangle or use parallelogram, whichever way it suits you. Parallelogram is little faster, but you can use parallelogram, or इसको अगर parallelogram से करते तो क्या करते हैं, V2 minus V1 बनाना है हमें, so we'll draw V2 and V1 from the same point first. We will draw V2 and V1 from the same point first, and then we join the head of V1 to head of V2. The head of the two vectors, when we join the head of the two vectors, that gives the difference. It will be the same thing again. So either use parallelogram method or use triangular method, it will give the same thing. By using geometry, either you calculate the using triangle or by using the parallelogram method. Average acceleration, and in terms of IJK, it is similar to that any of the variable, right? So one DPP was on this only, but motion in a plane and motion in a straight line. Yeah, this is the vector form. So vector, ये vector वाली आपको अपने आप homework में करनी है. We will just go through the formulas of this vector. Vector में vector product, scalar product. Okay, it's not there, so I will send you. Before that, we will just finish a few more concepts in the motion in plane. Motion in plane, especially the relative motion. Relative motion requires the standard cases of boat crossing the river, and the rain and umbrella problems. Just like this average acceleration, average velocity, and instantaneous velocity will calculate by the displacement equation, and we can also write the equation of motion in vector form for constant acceleration. If acceleration is constant, though it has direction 3-dimension or 2-dimension, equation of motion for constant acceleration vector. Acceleration vector means like A is given as 2i plus 3j, that will be called as a constant acceleration only. Vector final velocity vector is initial velocity vector u plus at. Second equation is displacement vector delta s. It will be ut plus half at square. Third equation will be v square is equal to u square plus 2a dot s. Here it should be dot product because it is v square is v dot v. So it is actually v dot v is equal to u dot u plus 2a dot s. as long as velocity is constant, acceleration is constant. But it can be represented as 2i minus 3j plus 4k. That is fine, but it should be in a vector form. There should not be any variable. If there is any variable acceleration, then again we need to do it integrate in separate variable. I cap will be separately integrated, j cap will be separately integrated, and k cap will be separately integrated. Right, so maybe one question we can see, suppose if the acceleration of the particle at any time t is given as acceleration of particle at time t is given as a is equal to 3t square I cap minus 4t times j cap plus 2k cap. At time t is equal to 0, particle starts from x equals to 3, y is equal to 2 towards positive z axis. With a speed of 10 meter per second square. 10 meter per second. Find the velocity and position. Find velocity and position coordinate at time t is equal to 2 seconds. Acceleration is given, but that is not a constant acceleration, so we cannot use directly the equation of motion, but we can do the integration. Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity vector dv by dt, which will become 3t square I cap minus 4t times j cap plus 2k cap. So when we integrate this, we have to integrate separately. 3t square dt times I cap minus 4t dt times j cap plus 2 dt times k cap. This is equal to dv. Initial u, final v. Initial 0, final t. अभी हम इसको t में integrate करेंगे पहले, and then we will substitute the value of t as 2 seconds. It becomes v minus u, and initially it was moving in plus z axis with speed 10 meter per second, so it is initially 10k. Integrate this 3 into t cube by 3, limit from 0 to t I cap. I can do it directly. It becomes t cube only, t cube I cap minus 2t square j cap plus 2t times k cap. V is v minus 10k. I hope समझ में आ ही रहा होगा. हम कर क्या रहे हैं, सिर्फ normal सा integration है. The only difference is now I is separately integrated, j is separately integrated, k is separately integrated. V minus 10k is equal to t cube I cap minus 2t square j cap plus 2t times k cap. We have to find at time t is equal to 2 seconds. V is equal to 8i minus 8j plus 4k plus 10 times k cap. 8i minus 8j plus 14k. This is the velocity. अब जब हमें कैलकुलेट करना होगा पोजीशन, तो हम वेलोसिटी को एज अ फंक्शन ऑफ t लेंगे. From here we will calculate velocity at a time t. Velocity at time t will be given as v is equal to t cube I cap minus 2t square j cap plus 2t plus 10 times k cap. Now we'll integrate this as dr by dt. Dr by dt is this whole times t cube I cap. Similarly, we will integrate here step by step to find. बेटा समझ आ रहा है कि ये कुछ ज्यादा हो गया मैथ्स?
नहीं
वेदिका,
सर आ रहा है.
थोड़ा थोड़ा सा
थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ रहा है, थोड़ा थोड़ा नहीं आ रहा है.
थोड़ा थोड़ा नहीं आ रहा है.
अच्छा, बस सिमिलर स्टेप्स है, केवल थोड़ी लिखने में मैथ ज्यादा है. अलग अलग करके i और j और k 3 टाइम्स इंटीग्रेट करना है. I, j, k is the direction, so x direction will be separately, j direction will be y direction separately, and k z direction separately. So it's just a normal integration. Integration तो आ गया था ना शायद. Integration, you know, basic integration.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So you just need to do the integration separately, I cap separately, j cap separately, k cap separately. Apply the limit because 0 to t, 0 to t. Here it was only t, so that's why it will come in terms of t. हम t में क्यों calculate करें केवल क्योंकि हमें अभी displacement या position भी निकालना है. Otherwise केवल velocity निकालनी है तो हम यहीं पे time को t को 2 put कर दें. Velocity as a
Okay.
function of time t. On solving this कुछ ऐसा आ गया. v is velocity at time t, so 10 को right side लेके जाएंगे. We become t cube I cap minus 2t square j cap plus 2t plus 10 times k cap. Velocity में t is equal to 2 second पे निकालना था, so we substituted that value and we got velocity at time t is equal to 2 second as 8i minus 8j plus 14k. Displacement calculate करके हम final position coordinate निकाल सकते हैं. Now this will be dr is t cube dt I cap minus 2t square dt j cap and plus 2t plus 10 times k cap into dt. Now we need to do the integration of these steps from 0 to t. इधर integrate करेंगे left side में from 0 to t. इधर हम integrate करेंगे x1 to x2 because initial coordinate r1 to r2 is known. Here it will integrate from 0 to 2. Here also will integrate from 0 to 2. Here also will integrate from 0 to 2. Solve करके आंसर निकालना. Got the answer? बेटा किसी का आंसर आया? लेफ्ट साइड में थोड़ा बड़ा है, इसे आगे कॉपी करना पड़ेगा मुझे. लेफ्ट साइड में आ जाएगा r2 minus r1. Right side will be t4 by 4 and okay. Please solve and give me the final answer. मैं आगे स्टेप लिख देता हूँ करना क्या है हमें. लेफ्ट में तो आ जाएगा r2 vector minus r1 vector. On the right hand side t cube integration is t4 by 4. t4 by 4 and this has to be integrated from 0 to 2. Second term था 2t square. T square integration is t cube by 3. Limit from 0 to 2 j cap and plus 2t square by 2 plus 10t times k cap from 0 to 2. And r1 will become, r1 कितना था? It was given that is starting from 3 comma 2. So r1 is 3i plus 2j. 0 to 2 put करोगे 16 by 4 that become 4i cap. इधर 2 put करोगे तो 8 16 by 3 j cap. इधर 2 put करोगे तो 20 plus 4 24 times k cap. r2 4 plus 3 that becomes 7i minus 16 and plus 2 minus 10 I guess minus 10 by 3 j cap plus 24k. तो उसका फाइनल पोजीशन कोऑर्डिनेट आ गया 7 minus 10 by 3 comma 24. This will be the final position at time t is equal to 2 seconds. I took a little longer question so that both these steps will be clear in the same. Acceleration को हमने अलग अलग integrate किया है, just like we do the integration for single direction I cap, j cap or k cap. We have to differentiate, we have to integrate now separately x, y and z. Here,
Yes, sir.
yeah, done. Done.
Yes, sir.
मेरा समझ आ गया ना ये? हाँ चलो, very good. ठीक है, so the क्वेश्चन तो नहीं, बस एक दो कॉन्सेप्ट बचे हैं, क्विकली देख लेते हैं. वी हैव 5-6 मिनट्स प्रोबेबली. क्रॉसिंग अ रिवर. जब हम रिवर को क्रॉस करते हैं, देन विद द हेल्प ऑफ बोट और मे बी अ स्विमर इज क्रॉसिंग, देयर आर टू स्टैंडर्ड केस. पहला क्रॉसिंग द रिवर इन शॉर्टेस्ट टाइम, दूसरा क्रॉसिंग अलोंग द शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ. जब शॉर्टेस्ट टाइम में क्रॉस कर रहे हैं, रिवर की डायरेक्शन के परपेंडिकुलरली जितनी भी ताकत से स्विम कर सकते हैं या जितनी भी स्पीड से बोट को रो कर सकते हैं, इट हैज टू बी स्टार्टेड परपेंडिकुलरली. बोट की रिवर के रिस्पेक्ट में स्पीड या फिर स्विमर की वाटर के रिवर के रिस्पेक्ट में स्पीड. W is the width, VR is the speed, so symbols have their usual notation. अभी लेकिन ग्राउंड पे अगर कोई खड़ा होकर देखेगा तो उसको बोट की वेलोसिटी एक्चुअल वाली दिखाई पड़ेगी, एक्चुअल वाली अपीयर होगी. ही इट डज नॉट अपीयर बोट दैट बोट इज गोइंग परपेंडिकुलरली. बोट हैज टू स्टार्ट परपेंडिकुलरली, बट जो बोट की एक्चुअल वेलोसिटी हो जाएगी वो इन दोनों का रिजल्टेंट एक्चुअल वेलोसिटी ऑफ बोट. एक्चुअल वेलोसिटी का मतलब विद रिस्पेक्ट टू अर्थ, जो साइड पे खड़ा होकर देख रहा है उसके लिए. वेलोसिटी ऑफ बोट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू रिवर प्लस वेलोसिटी ऑफ रिवर. velocity of boat with respect to river में river की velocity add हो जाएगी. This will be the direction in which the velocity of boat is headed. So boat seems to start perpendicularly, but boat shift होते होते we boat will reach here. Now if we consider the actual displacement, तो y direction में displacement है W का. y direction means river को cross करने की direction, और x direction में displacement आ गया d. तो इसको हम दो अलग अलग डायरेक्शन में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं आई जे के हेल्प से, और वी कैन राइट दिस इन टर्म्स ऑफ द वेक्टर मेथड ओनली. सो वेक्टर मेथड से करोगे, ये आ गया वी बी आर, दिस इज वी आर. दोनों का जो रिजल्टेंट है, थोड़ा जूम कर दिया उसी फॉर्मूले को. इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी दैट इट इज नॉट डज नॉट मीन दैट वी बी आर इज इक्वल टू डब्ल्यू. ऐसा कुछ बच्चों को कंफ्यूजन हो जाता है. दिस इज जस्ट एनी स्मॉल डायग्राम. इट्स नॉट दैट वी बी आर लेंथ इज इक्वल टू डब्ल्यू. वी बी आर और वी आर का रिजल्टेंट आएगा ये. सो बोट वेलोसिटी मैग्नीट्यूड वाइज will become root of VBR square plus VR square. Right?
Yes, sir.
What is the time taken to cross? Time taken to cross the river. River को cross करने का मतलब y direction में जाना. There is no acceleration in any direction. So y का displacement divided by y की speed. Y direction में displacement है W और y direction में speed है VBR. Boat velocity with respect to what river is also written as boat speed with respect to in still water. इतने टाइम में when the boat goes on the other bank there is a drift, and that drift is VR times T. It will be VR into W by VBR. So from here we can calculate the drift. Time taken to cross is W by VBR, width is W, that direction speed is VBR. Yeah, likewise. So boat is headed on the other direction. When it goes on the other side, there is a drift on the other bank on reaching. Drift means in the direction of the river flow, it is drifted by this. Displacement is velocity into time. Second case होता है crossing in the shortest path. Shortest path का मतलब when the boat reaches on the other side, or the person who is standing at the bank, if he sees the path of this boat, it should appear that boat has gone straight. The boat has taken the shortest path. So this will be not the actual velocity now. This should not be the velocity of boat in still water. This should be the actual velocity with respect to Earth, VB. So VBR has to be slightly behind, so that velocity of boat with respect to river and velocity of river both are added. It becomes VB. So boat has to start slightly upstream, and then it gets drifted back to the exactly opposite point. So shortest path का मतलब exactly reaching the opposite bank. We can continue from here in next class because math sir is also going to take class. We will do this in the next class. Okay, and maybe we can face the frequency also. एक second. हाँ बेटा.
सर
ये खत्म
नोट्स
कर लो.
शेयर कर देना.
राइट, अब ये कर ही लेते हैं. शायद अभी मैथ सर ने 10 मिनट टाइम लिख दिया है. स्टार्टिंग इन 10 मिनट्स. या ये स्टेप खत्म कर लेते हैं. इसमें जो बोट की वेलोसिटी है, जो बोट ने स्टार्ट की है, वो थोड़ा सा पीछे की तरफ है अल्फा. In this case, the actual velocity is not the hypotenuse, it is the base. VB will be root of VBR square minus VR square. This is the actual velocity of boat, which will be observed to the person standing in the ground on the bank. Time taken to cross. Time taken to cross, T will be W divided by root of VBR square minus PR square. और W upon VB, जिस डायरेक्शन की वेलोसिटी उस डायरेक्शन का डिस्प्लेसमेंट. Drift on the other bank is 0 because it is exactly reaching on the opposite bank. But इसमें एक particular direction पर ही ऐसा होगा जिस डायरेक्शन पे start करने पे the boat will be exactly on the opposite bank, and that will be given as perpendicular upon hypotenuse VR upon VPR. Perpendicular से इतना एंगल पीछे की तरफ upstream VR tan sin inverse VR upon VR, या फिर रिवर के फ्लो की डायरेक्शन से 90 प्लस अल्फा. 90 plus alpha from the river direction, from river flow, or alpha from perpendicular in opposite direction, in upstream direction. This is not possible to attain अगर river की velocity boat की velocity से ज़्यादा है, because if VR is greater than VBR, sin alpha 1 से बड़ा हो जाएगा, and sin alpha is not possible to be greater than 1. So ऐसे भी क्वेश्चन आ चुके हैं. उसमें रिवर की स्पीड बोट की स्पीड से अगर ज्यादा गिवन है, then it is not possible to reach exactly on the opposite bank. It is not possible at all to go exactly directly on a straight line path. ठीक है, so I mean almost all concepts are done. Next class we will do projectile motion in 2 dimension and relative motion in projectile. So this kinematics will be finished in the next class. Okay, thank you. You can join math class now. I'll share this notes.
Thank you, sir.